Okay, now we're in the Baldo proper. We've prepped. Everybody's prepped regarding the Ralph situation. Now let's see how Deb Baldo is actually holding up. This is the only excerpt of. Oh, I can't because it's the wrong file format. Baldo and Juju had a little Cope and Sneed session, and Dax Ferrer could not possibly give less of a fuck. I've never seen someone so disinterested in a conversation, and he's so hard to listen to that I just kind of didn't listen. But this one clip is funny, so I'll play this.
Frederick Little says, hope Drex can come back soon on a show. Well, Drex has to stop being retarded if he wants to come back on a show.
Oh, really?
He decided somewhere that I lied to him about something that is nebulous and will not talk to me, apparently.
Oh, fuck.
And it's like, dude, so I don't even know what he thinks I lied to him about. Not sure, but it's like, okay, well, all right.
Now he's just in his emotions. It's too much.
Guess,
though.
I don't know.
It's too much. You're really kind of put on the spot being your friend during all this. It's too much. Maybe afterwards he'll come around.
We'll see. I don't know. It's like, I wish he'd just if he just talked to me, I could probably clear up whatever he thinks. I get it. I get it. If he thinks that I said something that was not true to him, it's not, that didn't happen, but.
Okay. So just a little background on Drexel. Drexel is a would-be confidence man. He is someone who considers himself a red pillar. He considers himself a ladies' man. He tells stories about how a girl he met when she was 13, and he waited and took to Disney World and bought Mickey Mouse ears and waited for her to be grown so that he could introduce her to a hardcore BDSM lifestyle. He tells stories like that. And he's a childhood friend of Rekieta. I think they've known each other for forever. And at some point, probably in regards to either being in an open marriage or him doing cocaine or him keeping... Drex probably confronted him and said, hey, yo, white boy, you keeping them drugs away from them kids, nigga? And he was like, yeah, of course, man. Of course I'm doing that. I'm doing everything responsible. And then the charges drop, the evidence drops, and it's obvious that he's behaving recklessly. And I'm sure that's probably something along the lines. And then Drex probably just cut him off and said, look, you fucking lied to me. You disrespected me. We're childhood friends, and you lied to my fucking face. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And he cut him off. And it's like, now Rekieta feigns ignorance. I have no idea what nebulous concept regarding... And this is like narcissistic manipulation bullshit. Because when you cut off a narc like this, and you just tell him go fuck yourself, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Well, he has to try and trick you into talking to him. And I'll actually just show you. I didn't intend to show this, but I'll show you this on screen. There's something I want to show you. And when I posted this on the Kiwi Farms, I immediately got another shower text. And immediately, and this is what happened. This is the gist of it. He messages me immediately, shows me a screenshot of my post, and then says, "Oh, someone has literally no idea what stage of the case he's at, and literally doesn't understand the case or the legal reasoning. Also, you didn't block me. Oh no, Kiwi bros." So during the last conversation, I said I might block him. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then he comes out and says, "Oh, you didn't block me." I said, as I've stated, I have nothing to gain from talking to you, and you are actively hostile towards me. I will no longer respond to you, and I will not post messages on your behalf. If you want to write me so I can read your messages and champion that as a big win, go for it. So if he feels vindicated just having little read marks next to my messages or his messages, go for it. I'm not going to stop him, but I'm not going to engage with him. He posts half of the conversation. There's another message after this that I wrote him. And I'll tell you what it is. I just said peace with the little peace sign to be snarky. And then he wrote me 3 or 4 other messages. And this is a great example of what I mean, because he posts this. And the reason why he posts that is because he wants me to follow that up and post the other half of him chimping out at me. Or he wants me to correct this like I did when I said, as I said last stream, I was thinking of blocking him. But it's like when you cut off the narc, he wants to lie and force you to address it so that that contact is made again. And he's doing the same thing with Drexel. Like, Drexel cut him off. He said, "Hey, you lied to my face, bish," and he cuts him off. And he says, "Well, actually, I didn't lie at all." And if I did lie, he does not even man enough to tell me what I'm lying to him about. And he's trying to get Drexel to message him back like, "You know what you fucking lied about. I remember I asked you straight to your fucking face. I said this, and you said that to me, and then this happens, motherfucker. You fucking lie," because that gets the contact going again. So he's just going to be like a little passive-aggressive dickhole to try and get contact going, because that's his personality type, because he's this fucking retard. Drexel dropping is like a really big deal, and I didn't expect that, because again, they're like ride or die. They've been together for a long time as friends, maybe even more than friends. So this is what I posted that got his attention. Okay. Actually, I can tell you this as this loads. I can tell you this. Last stream, I made a prediction and I'm wrong. So I'm wrong at the very last second. I believed that Kayla Rekieta was going to take a plea deal and then confess to the possession. And then after that, both Nick Rekieta and April would then point to her confession and say, "There's your culprit. She confessed. It was her cocaine. We didn't do anything." And that kind of position is really hard for the state to argue against, because they do have a conviction, and they might be able to walk. They might be able to drop the charges. And if they went to trial and lost, and they very well could have because of Kayla's confession, because she would then take the stand on Nick's defense and say, "Yeah, it was my cocaine. Nick only drank. He didn't even know I was doing cocaine. He's an innocent good boy. He didn't do nothing." Then if the jury was sworn in and then the charges were dropped, or he was in any way let go, or if he was acquitted because of Kayla's confession and testimony in his defense, he would be protected from double jeopardy. So he would then walk from the courthouse and then go, "I told you, Kiwi eggs. It's the Ralph voice. I told you. You just had to listen to me. I told you the entire time." And then he could even say, like, "Look, we lied. Kayla lied to protect her family. She took the probation to protect me. Look, because in her position, because she took the guilty plea, she couldn't then say that she lied, because then they could revoke her plea and charge her. Nick could, though, because he had double jeopardy protections. He could then say, she lied. It was Aaron's coke the entire time. The warrant was, but we pulled off this stunt to just get the government off our dicks. But we knew we worked with the government to resolve this, and it's resolved. It was Aaron's coke. We didn't do any coke. The children weren't endangered. Yada yada yada." And he could just say, like, "Look, I outplayed everybody. I'm the best lawyer in the world. 2 years probation for Kayla, and everything's as good as gold." That did not come to fruition, and it didn't come to fruition literally the deadline for former filings, because, as I mentioned, the really suspicious thing that got me thinking that's what they were going to do is that Kayla hadn't entered any appearance. She hadn't entered any appearance at all in the case. So, as I mentioned, the omnibussing is a big deal. You got to be bussing before the omnibussing, or you're fucked. You haven't entered in anything. You're going to trial, and you didn't try to do anything to set up the trial in your favor. It's a big deal not to have an attorney before the omnibus hearing. So I just assumed that she would represent pro se, take the deal, take the fall, testify in Nick's defense and April's defense, and then they would all walk skipping off into the sunset, decrying how they triumphed over the corrupt government, trying to fuck them over. But then, Kayla got an attorney. And immediately, and by the way, this is not just an attorney. Maggie Kluver is the prosecuting attorney who still runs a private practice in the adjacent county called Big Stone County, which is a very confusing name, because Big Stone Gap is a district in Virginia where Melinda Lay Scott was suing me. In Big Stone County, Minnesota, Maggie Kluver is the prosecuting attorney who runs a private practice, and she's like a girl boss, like attorney, runs her own business type thing. Like, she's a pretty impressive person, and she's representing Kayla, which it's not like a public defender. This is like a real attorney, and it was entered the last second, and she asked for a continuance. And so now we have a situation where when the continuance was asked for, we thought, oh, fuck, is the omnibusing canceled? Because they're being tried together, and they're omnibusing together originally. But then Kayla asked for a continuance, and originally we thought maybe the judge might grant a continuance to both of them so they can continue to be heard together, but that didn't happen. Kayla now has a separate omnibus hearing from Nick. So this might be an indication that Kayla is unhappy with whatever they were planning before. Like, why wait to the very last second to retain your wife's counsel? And if you're going to be, I guess you need a different attorney than White, but it's like, what's the plan here? Why wait? And if it's not like there's problems in heaven or whatever, there's a problem between the relationship, it might be money issues, because this is the other thing that happened, and this is what got him to shower text me. Nick is selling his second home. So his property is quite large, and it contained a 7-acre, 6,600 square foot adjoined property that was like a dug in. You can see it's like dug in. It's weird. I guess because it's Minnesota, it gets so cold. It's like literally dug into the ground. But this house is up for sale, and this is the house, and we can tell that April Anderson Nee Imholt lives here, because there's actually a picture of the entryway, and we literally have a picture of April wearing this sweater that's hung up on the curtain rod here. And what's really, really weird about this, by the way, is let's take a look at this picture. Trouble in Paradise. That's what I meant. Not Problems in Heaven. Sorry, you know how my brain works. Okay, if this picture wants to fucking load, which it may not. I'm not sure why everything is so slow today. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Computer. Enhance. To the right, computer. Enhance further. Computer. Analyze this footage. Josh, this appears to be all the bottles of alcohol that Rekieta claimed he poured out after his arrest. Thank you, computer. That's exactly what I thought. So he lied to his audience, straight to their fucking face, and said, we poured out all of our alcohol and I'm living clean now. He literally just took a big, like, bear hugged his entire cabinet of alcohol and duck waddled over to the neighboring house a couple of acres away and dropped this shit on the writing desk in the kitchen. It's like, oh. There we go. And then the CPS arrives at the house and investigates and says, well, I guess he did get rid of all the alcohol. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It's in the next house where April still lives. It's where he goes to bang his hot wife. I wonder why he's pissing hot for alcohol, Chet. Could it be that there's still alcohol in the second home? It would have behooved him to clean this, especially because we're looking at this and, oh, he didn't pick the bathroom pictures. Where are the bathroom pictures at? Give me a second. Hopefully someone's got the bathroom pictures. Those are important. How the fuck are you going to post these pictures? Oh, this guy got it. It's $450,000, 7 acres, 660 square feet, by the way. The only problem is the neighbors, and also there might be an issue with the plumbing. If I can find this fucking picture. How long did it take for people to look at this and find the fucking bathroom photos? A lot of this, by the way, is just talking about one of the things that Rekieta has filed in his omnibus hearing is that he is contesting the quality of evidence by the attorney. This is the actual video that was included as a link, and this is an archive from Backwards Internet, and this is the one that shows his nose. has like a bit of cocaine on it. But I have both a personal copy of the stream where he has cocaine on, and I also have I have a Kiwi Farms archive of it as well, and it's still live on Odyssey. And it still has the coke nose. So him claiming that the evidence, the probable cause is bad because the stream that he watched is this re-upload. They're literally saying that this is digitally altered to include the coke on his nose. Let me show you the coke on the nose. It's after his break. He takes this little break right here. This is when he does coke. And when he comes back in certain lights, I think right here, you can see it because it contrasts with the mustache better. There's a little speck of cocaine right there. That's not on his nose. Very obviously not on his nose before the break. Where the fuck is that bathroom photo? I'm going crazy. Dude, I know. Imagine wasting all that coke. Camelot said, and I think he walked this back after he said it, I think he was implying that Rekieta was spending upwards of $20,000 a month on cocaine. Isn't that fucking nuts? Sean says that the motion to dismiss that Rekieta filed is embarrassing. I've heard concurring opinions from this, by the way. Okay, I got it. Hold up. I'm bringing it up now, chat. So imagine this, right? Imagine that your wife is leaving you. Imagine that she demands her own attorney. Imagine that the attorney that she wants is a girl boss from the next door county, Big Stone County. And you have to sell your hot wife's personal 6,600 square foot, 6-bedroom home. And you really don't want that house to sell because your wife is a bitch and fuck her. What would you do in that situation? Would you A, thoroughly clean the home that you're selling so that it sells? Or would you B, put this on the internet knowing that the Kiwi fags would see it and make fun of you? It's a very tough decision. Do you let that bitch wife pay for her attorney? Or do you let the Kiwi fags laugh? You're in what's called, in chess terminology, in German, a Zugzwang. I think that's how you say that, Zugzwang. A compulsion to move. Neither move benefits you, but you must move. And so you decide that scorning your bitch wife and making sure that house doesn't sell in a timely manner is the appropriate move, because every second that you don't sell it, your hot wife April is next door with the alcohol and you get to bang her. We believe, the bright minds of the Kiwi Farms believe that what you're looking at is a iron oxide, is rust. And it's either that the well dug on this land is iron water, which means that it oxidizes and will deposit rust into literally everything. Or they have rust, they have iron pipes, and the rust is coming from their plumbing. Neither of those are attractive to buyers. I think the iron pipes are probably the worst option. From what I understand. No, Josh, it's poop. Okay. Das ist schmutzig. Ja. Hard water deposits. It's piss stains. Silent Hill. It does look like Silent Hill. A lot of people said this. Other people have suggested that this is where April does her spray tan. Which I mean, you would expect like a silhouette or something. Does April like Donald Trump herself? Is this Donald Trump's restroom where he puts on his spray tan? Is it actually spray tan? Is April doing this? Is this? You got to be fucking kidding me. April sprays there. There's no way. No way it's on the nozzle of the shower head. Yeah, I think that this is rust. It looks just like rust. There's no Listen, I've seen pictures of April. She doesn't look like fucking Trump, okay? She's not walking around rust colored. It's not a spray tan booth. That's definitely water from the shower. Okay, chat's trolling me again. Unbelievable. So last second, also by the way, the Nick Rekieta is asking for, and this almost gave me a brain aneurysm. We've discussed Officer Pomplin because Robert Barnes has accused Officer Pomplin of having a personal vendetta against Nick Rekieta, which is why he was the one who asked for the warrant. Barnes directly accused him of malfeasance. And then the other person that Rekieta has subpoenaed to testify during the Omnibus hearing is a guy called Robert Bronis. Let me spell this out for you guys on the screen so that my utter fucking confusion upon trying to understand this information can be made clear. Robert Bronis, a sheriff of Candy-Ojai County, not to be confused with Robert Barnes, the person who accused Pomplin of lying to acquire a search warrant. Are we understanding? Pomplin, Bronis, sheriffs. Robert Barnes, shyster. Okay, have we made clear? When I read the Robert Bronis, I'm like, what? Number one, why is he calling Barnes in to testify? Number two, why did he spell his name so wrong? It was very confusing, chat. And I think that's it. Until the battle of Candy-Ojai County Court is settled, we will not know more. Ethan Ralph, poised to strike. A dozen plus Kiwis, gray manning it up, preparing to make a multi-hour-long drive to an obscure south central Minnesota courthouse. Nick Rekieta, probably shower texting me as I fucking speak. I'm assuming that if I check my phone, I have a signal notification. Everybody else laughing. The body cam footage not claimed. Montegraph owed $300. It's like Game of Thrones. Every character here has complex intertwining web of motivations and potential strike points that could ignite at any second. What will happen tomorrow? Chat.